All right. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is another quick tutorial just to sort of give you an idea of the workflow of what I do. All right. As a keyboard teacher / piano coach, like I teach music. That's what I teach. And I teach it in my method, my way. So to give you an idea, there is I went on school. Someone was saying, hey, I really want to learn how to play this particular song. It's called Rise Up. It's a slow piano ballad. And I want you to know that if you ever gave this to me and you said, here's the piece of music I want you to teach me how to play, I'd be like, I'm not teaching you that. I'm going to straight up tell you, I'll show you what I would do if you want to play this and you want to play it in an expressive way. I'll show you how to do that, but I do not teach this. Okay. This is dots on a page. This is 1800s hieroglyphics. If I have to really be open about this, I'm saying you have better methods to learn this. Okay. Like, even if I were to sit down with somebody who's obviously an adult and say, where would you start with this? What does 4/4 mean? What does, the AM stand for? What does this little device mean? What does the top line of the bottom staff mean? What does the parentheses around this mean? What does this extra, what's the difference between this symbol and that symbol when it comes to how you're supposed to rest? All these things were necessary when we didn't have access to the actual music. You would want all of those things. But what I'm about to show you, notice how I haven't started anything yet. I haven't even told you what key this is in. This is how I would do it. You say, Rise Up. I go, who sings that? Oh, Andrea Day. Okay, I'm going to go and first things first, I'm going to type it into Ultimate Guitar. So bam, over here to Ultimate Guitar, I type it in, it pops up, it gives me the lyrics and these little, chords above it. Now, each one of these gray blocks carries a chord with it. And if you can understand the pattern here, it goes from C to G to A minor to F. And then C to G to A minor to F, C to G to A. This is what we call the chord progression. Once I know that, all I'm going to do from here on out is line up that chord with the lyric that is being sung. That's it. And then it's just jumping rope. It's just jumping rope with your hands. Right? Let me show you what I mean. I went ahead and brought up her, this is her on YouTube as a song. Beautiful song. All right. And it's already got some piano in it. So let me see if I can't accompany him with it. All right. So let me, okay, so I already know off the bat when I went to play C, okay, that's C. You can tell that this is not the same key. So, all right, I'm playing C, but it's not in C. So, but it sounds close. It sounds a half step off. Okay, so what I'm going to do, is first off, I have to align with the song. And so since it's a half step off, all right, how I figured that out was hey, it's really close. Was it up or down? Did it sound up or down? And then I tested it out, found out, hey, it was up a half step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to readjust my keyboard so that I can play here, right? But I can still play along with the song. Let me show you what I mean. All right, I'm going to... Okay, so now I'm playing along with the song. Okay, notice how I am playing all white keys, but it's actually if you notice down underneath, it shows me playing in a different key. Okay, this is the magic of transposing. This is a big, heavy feature of the TDA piano method, and it's something that I teach so that you can get into playing. All right, now let me show you from that stance on. I'm just going to play over the top of this as she's singing. Okay. And as she's singing, she's going to inflex on certain things. So like, you're broken down and tired, right? Right as she goes. And on the very, like, let me just get over here real quick. All right. If you zoom in on this, you see where the G is placed. It's not placed at the beginning of and, it's placed at the end. That literally means you will play this when you get to that part of the word. Okay, that's how awesome this method is. Okay, so it's not, oh my gosh, am I on the beat? Am I on? No. However you choose to sing it is how you are going to play it. So if you're going to say, you're broken down and tired, however that is. I've never heard this song really before. It's a beautiful song. I listened to it once, but if I was going to get ready to sing with this song, I would go through it a couple times just like this. So let me go over here, let me hit play.
Silence is in quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet.
Okay, let's go ahead. That's a really, I really enjoy how it builds. I enjoy how it does all this stuff. But like, say for example, you really want to get into that. All right. All I would ever suggest, especially if you're trying to put your voice to the piano, this is a great way to learn the piano because you already know the melody with your voice. So if you come back over here to this, okay, it's going to tell you, you're broken down and tired. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see you in the, we're gonna walk it out. Something like that, right? But once again, I would probably just repeat this over and over again. So, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, and I'll rise up. You know, and then I put my own spin on it. This has nothing to, like I said, I just started listening to this about 3 minutes ago. So in under 10 minutes, what I want you to understand is this process of finding the song, finding the chord progression, and then playing the chord progression along with what you already know is how I would teach you piano. That's how I'm going to teach you. Okay. So this will be in conjunction with using your voice, which I think is an amazing way to learn the piano. Okay. Now, if you want to go learn dots on the page, you're going to have to find another instructor. That's not what I teach. I teach, if you want to play along, you want to accompany yourself, I can show you how to do that. Okay. That's what this method is. And of course, there's so many different ways to go if you want to go from this method. There's so many different rounds and different understandings that you can jump into. But I'm telling you right now, all you had to have memorized for this entire song is 4 numbers. So 1, 5, 6, 4. And then you just play it over and over and over and over and over again. That's it. That's the entirety of it. So like I said, once again, in under 10 minutes, here is the rise up chords and how I would play along with it, because and I would use, just like I do, I would use the YouTube original song to play along with it and then add your vocal to it as you're playing. So you play and then you change with the song. And that's it. So if you like that and you want to know anything else, just go ahead and reach out to me. Like I said, this is a fairly simple workflow, and that's it. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.